The White House has acknowledged the nation does not have enough coronavirus test kits as cases of the disease ticked upwards on both U.S. coasts.
Vice President Mike Pence said the Trump administration would not be able to meet its objective of delivering 1 million testing kits this week.
Congress meanwhile moved with unusual speed to approve a bumper emergency aid package to combat the outbreak.
Globally, authorities have confirmed more than 92,000 cases of the virus.
The vast majority, 80,552, are in China, where the virus originated. To date, 3,042 people have died in the country.
The U.S. death toll from the coronavirus climbed to 12 on Thursday, with all but one of the victims in the northwestern U.S. state of Washington.
There are now more than 200 cases of COVID-19 in 20 states.
A cruise ship, the Grand Princess, remains off the California coast while passengers are tested for the virus.
In Washington, officials in the Seattle area announced 20 new cases of the virus, bringing the total in that state to 70, according to its health department.
9 of the U.S. dead so far were from the same nursing home in suburban Seattle, which is now being investigated by authorities to see if it followed infection prevention guidelines.
Some major Seattle area businesses, including Microsoft and Amazon, have shut down some operations or urged employees to work from home.
New York saw its caseload double overnight to 22, all of them in or near the city. The city's mayor called on the federal government to send more test kits urgently.
About 200 people have been quarantined in the U.S. state of Rhode Island because of their links to a school trip to Italy that has resulted in 3 cases of the coronavirus.
San Francisco reported its first 2 cases of the coronavirus on Thursday. And the U.S. state of Maryland confirmed its first 3 cases, in the Washington, D.C. suburbs.
At a press briefing on Monday, Food and Drug Administration Commissioner Stephen Hahn said close to 1 million tests would be ready by the end of this week.
But Vice President Pence, who is coordinating the U.S. response to the outbreak, conceded on Thursday that that target would not be met.
We don't have enough tests today to meet what we anticipate will be the demand going forward, Mr. Pence said during a visit to a factory in Minnesota.
Speaking in Washington state in the evening, Mr. Pence said, "We still have a ways to go to ensure that tests are available."
But he said that by the end of next week the U.S. government's diagnostic supplier would distribute kits across the country that would enable 1.2 million Americans to be tested for coronavirus.
President Donald Trump says the U.S. has had relatively few confirmed cases of the virus because of his administration's decision to prohibit U.S. entry to foreign nationals who have visited China, the epicenter of the outbreak, and Iran during the previous 14 days.
But health experts fear the virus may be spreading undetected in U.S. communities because of a lack of testing kits.
The president is expected to sign an $8.3 billion £6.4 billion funding bill passed 96-1 by the U.S. Senate on Thursday. It is intended to help state and local governments combat the coronavirus.
Officials ordered a cruise ship with about 3,500 people on board, including 142 Britons, to lie at anchor off the California coast until passengers and crew can be tested, after a previous voyager on the vessel died of the virus.
On Thursday, a Coast Guard helicopter lowered test kits onto the 951 feet 290 meters Grand Princess vessel by rope.
Princess Cruise Lines said fewer than 100 people aboard had been identified for testing. Results are expected by Friday.
The ship will not come on shore until we appropriately assess the passengers, California Governor Gavin Newsom said.
A man who sailed on the Grand Princess last month died of the coronavirus on Wednesday. The 71-year-old from the Sacramento area had underlying health conditions, said officials.
2 other passengers from that voyage are in hospital with the virus in Northern California, officials said.
Concerns about the economic impact of the outbreak slammed Wall Street shares again on Thursday, sending the 3 main U.S. stock indexes down more than 3%.
Travel companies were again some of the hardest hit, with shares in Royal Caribbean Cruises sinking more than 16% and Carnival Corp dropping 14%.
Airlines also suffered double-digit declines, after the International Air Transport Association warned the industry could lose as much as $113 billion this year.
How have you been affected by the spread of COVID-19? Share your experiences by emailing haveyoursay@bbc.co.uk.
Please include a contact number if you are willing to speak to a BBC journalist. You can also contact us in the following ways.
Or use the form below.